Alright, hey, down here at hive number 4, about to just get into them, give them some smoke. Plan of attack this week, really just check to see how the brood's looking up top, find the queen, cage her, look through the rest of the colony checking for swarm cells, and the only reason I really say that is because I just found 6 swarm cells in hive number 2, so if you haven't watched that video, do so, and you'll be curious to see how, you might be curious to see what I did with them. And basically get the queen down into the bottom box, add a queen excluder, and then just watch the bees pack away the nectar and cure it to honey over the next few months. So with all that being said, let's give them some smoke. Let them chill out a little bit because this hive does have a healthy amount of bees. And let's get into it. So, you know, if you don't have a queen excluder in, you always want to check the underside of the covers. It's only happened once, but once is enough sometimes to make it a habit or something you do every single time. And I don't remember what video that was. It may even been this hive, come to think of it, but it was a pretty interesting video to watch because I caught a glimpse of her out of the corner of my eye. Here, let me show you this real quick. So they are doing an excellent job just storing away, creating wax, storing nectar, and we'll probably see some cured honey in here too. Hopefully I don't find too many swarm cells because I'm working with rather limited equipment. Like, I don't buy a lot of equipment at all. I try to make do with what I have, but some of y'all may know you kind of run into you kind of create your own roadblocks when you do that, because the bees will keep building and building and building. And this frame, I kid you not, this frame is completely full of nectar and probably weighs about 5 pounds. Look at this. Look how calm they are, just working the nectar, curing it to honey. This might be a pretty good harvest this year. Don't want to jinx myself, but it's hard not to get excited about that. Okay. I'll probably end up scraping some of that just to clean it up. Some more. Actually, I'll do that now. Let me get my bucket. I didn't have that ready. Pretty gross, huh? And it is. It smells just as nasty as it looks. How can we do this? Yeah, it's good enough for now. Look at that. Look at that nice capped honey. Whole bunch of nectar, a little patch of brood. Oh, that is beautiful. Check that out. Yeah, about to, once I get done with this, everything, or if I don't, I'll just have to come back in a few days. If you don't know that trick, you can just add a queen excluder. Come back in about 3 to 4 days, take a look in the top box. If you find a frame with eggs, she's in the top box. If you don't find a frame with eggs, she's most likely in the bottom box. But yeah, she's still lying eggs up here. There's a few on that side. Should be able to find her relatively quickly because she is marked. But yeah, they're doing a good job using this top box as just like a brood nest expansion. But all this brood, once it's hatched out and I have the queen excluder inserted between the boxes, they'll use that space for honey stores. It won't look pretty because a few cycles of brood have hatched, and each cycle it gets the wax just a little darker, which is why there's a color difference between the wax where the honey's stored and the brood. But it has absolutely no effect on the honey at all. Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful. Beautiful wax, beautiful capped brood. This has a ton of queen cells. And I say queen cells because, let me focus this, hold on. They look like queen cubs, actually. I was going to say queen cells because they have larvae. I thought I saw something that looked wet, but it wasn't. And I might actually start running this as a 9 frame. I need to get my spacer. Look at that though. That's why I say that. They're building that out real fat. So I might go grab my spacer later today. I left it in the garage. And start letting them work the top box as a 9 frame super. Because you can actually get more honey out of a 9 frame super than a 10 frame, because the bees will build out the frames that much wider. Wider frame holds more honey. Okay, let's just get this over here. Actually, I'm missing a frame, but I'll put that back for now. God, that frame is heavy. That's gonna be a nice frame of honey. You know it's a good sign when you pull a frame out and the bees are just falling off the frame because they're so packed in there. Good God, this box. That box is probably maxed out on weight right now. It's probably a 30-pound box. Alright, definitely gotta give them some smoke just in case they're a little feisty. Alright, looking for the queen. Looking for the queen and checking for queen cells. And I can see a lot of drone cells at the top of some of these frames, so we'll see what that means here shortly. Yeah, so if I find the queen, I'm definitely going to cage her no matter what, especially if I find her early on, because then if I find any queen cells, swarm cells, super procedural cells, anything like that, I have the queen caged to where I can make a decision and I can move about a little more freely and not have to worry about damaging or killing the queen at all. I mean, I know they're queen right because I already found eggs, but I'm just looking out of curiosity, and if you can see that right around there, there's eggs as well. And there she is, okay? She's already marked. Actually, let me show you her real quick before I cage her. She's a nice looking one, moving nice and slow. Looking for the right cell to lie another egg in. This would be a good opportunity to clip one of her wings, which I might not. Kind of undecided on that whole idea. But yeah, she's moving nice and slow. Okay. Thing is hard to work with gloves sometimes. Is she in there? Okay, she's in there. So I can move a little quicker now because I know she's in a safe spot. Let's keep her and the bees entertained by just keeping them on top of the hive here. Alright, so now the name of the game is really just checking for swarm cells. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a lot of nice pupated larvae on the right side. And you'd be surprised, sometimes you have to like move the bees out of the way by blowing on them, because they will successfully completely cover up a mature queen cell. It's almost like this cat and mouse game. And I've almost missed a few, okay? So that's, I don't know what to make of this. That is a lot of drone brood. So at this point, that's what I'm saying by blowing on them. That's a lot of drone brood. Doesn't necessarily mean anything bad, but it might not mean anything good either. Golly, man. It's a lot of pollen. We got some more drone brood. I'm really looking for queen cells at this point. And if you don't know, if you find them towards the bottom of the frame, that's an indication of swarming. The top third of a frame is more so an indication of superseding. If I don't find any, I will be just as happy. Because when you find queen cells, you always have two choices. You can do nothing, or you can do something. And something meaning split them. I don't know why these frames are so stuck. It just looks weird when they're moving in like a ball like that. There's a lot of bees in this box. There's one more frame. So far, so good. Alright, yeah, so they look good. No signs of swarm cells or even queen cups in the bottom box, so that's a good thing. I don't know what's going on with these frames. They're all like cockeyed when I slide them over, so let me put them straight down. I think there's just a lot of propolis built up where the frames rest, and it's just causing them to sit weird. Let's move the queen over. I'm pretty sure this was the first frame. I don't think that exactly matters all the time, but I like to put stuff back in the same position. Again, you can slide this over just to give them the right space for the most part. Okay, so I'm going to release the queen in the bottom box. I have a queen excluder ready. And then at that point, I'm going to put the top box back on, knowing she's in the bottom box. And then over the next few weeks, just really watch this the top box hatch out and then get backfilled with honey. But yeah, let's get her released. We'll get the queen excluder put on. definitely don't want to use the queen catcher as a guillotine, which there is the potential of that happening. I think one of her legs was stuck just then. There she goes, right there. Just gonna keep an eye on her. And there we have it. Queen is back in the bottom box, so I know where to find her now come next time. And nothing to do with the top box, didn't find any queen cells like hive number 2, so all I have to do is just put the top box back on. It does have all the frames in there. Maybe I might come out tomorrow and reduce it to a 9 frame, use my spacer so they can build out a lot more honey than they would in a 10 frame. Alright, well, here you have it. Hive number 4 just continues to really impress me. Hive number 4 is looking great. Marked queen, she's still in there, she's in the bottom box now. One frame of a lot of drones and another frame with several, but we'll just keep an eye on that. Didn't find any queen cells, so that's always a good thing. And that top box, once the brood starts hatching, the bees will backfill it. I've said it a few times, but they should fill that up no problem with a ton of nectar and cure it down into honey over the next few months. So that does it for number 4. They're looking good. If you like the channel, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you hit the bell, you'll receive notifications of future videos. I'm sure everybody already knows this. But yeah, take a look at the front entrance of number 4 here. Successfully overwintered, same queen from last year. Nice brood pattern. Looks like some healthy bees, so I got big expectations of this colony for the season. Thanks for watching Cole's Farm, everybody. Check us out next week or in about 2 weeks for the 3rd inspection of the year. It's just a look down the line. Got some nice activity this afternoon. Even though it was nice and sunny, it's a bit overcast, but the bees will continue to work.